We've had amazing flight jackets from World War II here at Rock Island Auction Company before, but here today we have one that really sets itself apart. This jacket belonged to Clarence Cravers, who was a radio operator on a B-24 bomber. But what's very interesting about Cravers and that B-24 is they flew missions for the OSS. During 1944, early 1944, most of Europe was still occupied, with resistance movements fighting the Germans all over. Those resistance organizations needed supplies, and there were multiple ways to get them there. Flying them was one. So, the OSS, or Office of Strategic Services, which later became the CIA, developed plans to airdrop supplies and also agents to these resistance movements to support them in their effort fighting the Germans. So initially they formed these groups and took these standard B-24 bombers and modified them heavily. One of the things that was added was a two-way radio so that the radio operator in the aircraft could talk to resistance fighters on the ground to organize drops. Another one was blistered out side windows of the cockpit so that the pilot and the co-pilot could navigate using landmarks on the ground in the dark. It gave them a better view of the ground so they could navigate. One of the most important modifications was removing the ball turret on the belly of the aircraft. And this basically created an opening where they could drop out supplies or agents by parachute while flying low over enemy-occupied territory. They also developed supply crates that could fit inside the bomb bay of the aircraft and be dropped like normal ordnance. The modifications to these aircraft allowed them to participate in operations like Operation Carpetbagger, which was extremely important to support the Allied invasion of mainland Europe on D-Day. In Operation Carpetbagger, they were flying mostly at night, almost entirely at night, taking supplies to these resistance movements. Now, those supplies could be arms, ammunition, medical supplies, anything they might need. And also, OSS agents themselves were dropped to support these movements. Now, these resistance movements were disrupting German logistics, causing problems behind enemy lines, all of which helped to make the invasion in Normandy successful. Craver himself was instrumental in these operations, being the radio operator, communicating with their contacts on the ground who navigated them to the drop sites. Now, these missions, especially for the OSS, were incredibly dangerous, flying low. They had to deal with flak, enemy night fighters, and potentially capture or worse if they were shot down. This jacket that he was wearing on all these missions shows an excellent example of just how dangerous they could be, as the sleeve here has flak damage, which is documented in the book American Flight Jackets. All these bombs painted on the back signify a mission. Cravers went on to fly a multitude of missions throughout Europe, mostly combat missions, until about April 1945 and the end of the war. Now, with this lot, you don't only get this amazing jacket, you get a bunch of other items that also belong to him, including this booklet from when he was in aerial gunnery school that is signed by many of the people that he went to the school with. And you have the opportunity to get this amazing piece of not only American history, but espionage history in our May Premier Firearms auction.